Peace. Chocolate Amun, how you doing? This is class part 3, the last one. The title of the class is The True Origin and Purpose of the Sun. The true origin and the purpose of the sun. Alright? Get your pencils and papers, please. And the narrator will be explaining and giving you the information about this session. And then I'll come in and give you my forte on that. And the group is called Mentellect. I stated to you before and I'll say it again. I am doing research on this group. I love it. It's going to be talking about the gods, the sun, who we are. And listen here, it's like right up my whole concept. We are gods on this planet. And you staying on the lower form of yourself, and you want to rise. You want to piggyback on the whitewash system. That's what you're doing. And like I said before, they want to sit there and tell you that you being racist, of you being a bigot, and if you sit up there having an opinion on certain things. Like I said before, and I'll say it again, sex, religion, politics, and money. These are the four powerful issues that we have. And then when you write them down and give me the meaning of all of them, what you think, trust me, it ain't what you think it is. But let's give all praises to the Creator, because without the Creator, none of this would be possible. The sun rises. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, good afternoon. Amun. One thing before we get into what I want to say is this. Don't let anyone take you away from who we are. The symbols that you see me use, the hand movements that you see me use, are ancient hand techniques, movements. You can look these things up. Your hand is up in the air is to give praises. When you go, oh glory, when y'all do that here, what's the difference? Well, because you think that's the way it's supposed to be. See, I keep telling y'all, when you don't do your research, when you don't understand the dialogue that's in front of you, and you're not trying to understand it, you become automatically afraid. Afraid of what? This is what our people was doing. Each hand movement locks into a symbol. You got symbols all around you to this day. But guess what? The symbols they use come from your ancient history. Their ancient historical history. The symbols you see, like the eagle. The eagle's wings that spread out. Huh? Your dollar bill that I showed you before, how they got the pyramid with the huru eye, which they call it the all-seeing eye. Why is the eagle on the dollar bill? But you think this is the norm. Where did they get this from? You see a brother like myself, excuse me, the God like myself, who do these things, what is he doing? I'm a little nervous. I don't like that. Because you ain't trying to do no research. This is why I have these classes, so you can get a better understanding. And with this new information that I have received, the group called Mentellect, channel 144, I've now got into it, and I love the way they present themselves and what they study. It talks about our ancient gods, the gods now. But it's an ongoing battle with our own people, because our people are satisfied in who they think they are. I will tell you this. Each society, religion, tells a story. But the story's been manipulated. Each generation, the story has been manipulated. Each civilization, the story has been manipulated. But when you do research and when you begin to cross-reference each generation, each civilization, you begin to notice that the story begins to sound the same, begins to become like this one big giant puzzle. When pieces of the puzzle begins to connect, and then your third eye, the key turns, open it up, then you'll be able to visualize the story. And you get a better understanding, clearer understanding of how the world that's mapped out in front of us. It's not hard. It's hard because you allow someone else to tell you what they want to tell you. It's the bottom line. How you, as a black man and a woman, is going to sit there and let someone tell you that your God is a white man. But you know, and hope that you do, and if you don't know, for the first time I will tell you this, that the origin of male and female deities is a black man and woman, which they really are gods. Different type of human beings, different type of beings that was already here on the planet. They were black. They are now slowly bringing this information out. Simple fact, because with the internet, in the social medias, you can grasp all this information in the palm of your hands. If you are interested in trying to find this information, to find your identity, I found my identity. Do I need a DNA test to find my flesh identity? That's if you choose to do so. Because you better hope that when you go to get your DNA test, that they're being accurate with it. But your deity, if you're listening to it, will tell you your identity. And you will not be afraid of nothing. You won't even be afraid of death. Because it's another life form. It's another way of traveling. But let's get back into the sun. I've talked more than enough.
For our children who are yet to be here, who are here, they're going to discover that connection. And that solar connection was supposed to be our guide into the future. So if that represents people or solar beings that have been in other worlds, who are now part of the sun, whose souls go into making up the sun, then that energy is being beamed here. What we're supposed to be picking up, we're supposed to be seeing into the future through that energy, through that light, because it's piercing all through the universe. We put our center sun, our older civilizations, our older solar systems, in one place to send energy to this new place called Earth, right? Where we're going through an evolution. We took all of the older societies, the older solar systems, and put them all into one, called the sun, to send intelligence here. We are the receptors of that power on this planet. If the planet does not have people to receive that solar energy on the planet, then the planet will die. Our skin is a reddish brown like the sun. We have reddish brown skin. Our skin looks like, even though our people of the lighter skin, our skin is reddish brown and reddish beige, right? While we have an affinity for Sunday, why we pick that day to praise or so-called worship God, right? On a Sunday, right? God uses the sun to send us messages. God uses the sun to tell us when to congregate. What God made man call that day Sunday, right? Sunday, the first day of the week, not the seventh, but the first. One. As they teach you that God is one, and that everybody comes together as one to worship the one on a Sunday. Does that not represent all a people in tune with the sun, right? People who are in tune with God on a Sunday, right? That is a family connection. The Son of Man, S-O-N-S-U-N. It's the same thing phonetically. It means the same thing. We have a special connection to the sun. I'm not saying we're supposed to be sun worshippers, but the Amun beings, some of the Amun beings, right, live in that sun or in that solar system. They live in that solar world. Now people say, well, what about, you talking about the moving planets of Nibiru and things like that? Some of our people live there too. That's a sun. That's what they talked about when they said that a second sun was coming in. All of their planets look like suns. Every planet that our people reside on resembles a sun. The Earth is actually a blue sun. Right? Earth is actually a blue sun. So Earth would be considered the blue sun. Or the people that reside on it. Right? The people that reside on it who are our people, we would be those people who carry that sun in our chest. So this planet is shaped like the sun in the sun. It carries certain elements from the sun here. That's your creation right there. Your world out of their world. That's your creation right there. The earth is out of the sun. When this earth breaks down, the solar beings will go on to another world, right? Some will enter the sun, and they will leave. Some will move out or be able to take flight off of this planet. Why now is, these companies preparing the planet to house solar energy? Because the energy that it previously ran on was based in water. See, it's one thing to pull the energy and the power from the sun, just the general sun's rays and whatnot, but when you're starting to use it more to generate power in your homes or to turn on your televisions or your radios and things like that, something's going to take place. Certain people will die from it. Certain people will come charged from it. It will kill off certain people with cancers, burn people. But this is what you're pulling to the planet. A lot of you are receiving clarity where you're looking into the future. It's really because the sun is hitting the planet and is opening you up, because that is the light that enables you to see mentally beyond barriers. right? They say that sunlight transcends all dimensions and levels. Why? Because the sun, as I said, the sun's rays, the sunlight is not a part of this planet. It penetrates dimensions. It opens up the doors and opens up and shines light through dimensions. Y'all walking around, you sisters walking around your head, y'all, why all of a sudden now y'all sisters are going back natural? Y'all walking around with y'all big old froze out, proud and whatnot. That's that solar energy going through you. That's that solar energy going through you. That's not going through any other woman on this planet. You brothers, y'all walking around with y'all naturals, low, short, proud. Why now? Y'all being prepared for something else. That's the evolution of the sun that's making you sisters wear your hair natural. So what made y'all start wearing your hair natural? Letting it grow out, letting it wearing y'all naturals, y'all afros. What made you start doing that? That's that solar intelligence going through the planet that you women are picking up first. The quickening is taking place. Where is the sun going? It's going into you. Because the sunlight was used to transport minerals to this planet. Generate minerals into this planet, even gold. The sunlight was used to generate these minerals here. From the Amun beings, they used the solar light to generate them. They passed them through here. Teletransportation, mental transportation, all possible through sunlight. All possible. Light. Lit up like the sun. That's all connotations to the sun, in which intelligence is sent through those rays. From your ascendants, even picked up and pushed through your descendants. That solar connection. We have to go to that place in the sun or through the sun to be charged to come back here. We have to pass through that stargate, which is the sun, to receive our intelligence, to go to school to get our charge before we come back here and have greater intelligence. The sun's rays penetrate each time frame of the earth. The sun also goes through an evolution.
Brothers and sisters, I really hope that you got a good understanding. Excuse me. I really hope that you got a good understanding on this class. The sun and its purpose. Not the way they want to tell you. Astrophysics and the solar systems. They want to tell you what is the sun is for. You don't learn this in school. Do you learn this in school? The origin of the purpose of the sun? Not one of you can tell me if you learn that in school. You don't learn none of this in school about what the sun does for you. And why. And I am so happy that we're letting our hair grow, our beard grow. Shape it up nice, but let your natural beauty come out. Mm-hmm. Let's get one thing clear. The world knows what's going on. The human beings on this planet knows what's going on. Don't let them fool you. Now, if they can get you not to believe on things like this, is their victory. But when you do your research, cross-reference, and then begin to put this puzzle together, you are a god, goddess on this earth. You're going to have some other scholars tell you, you ain't no god, you're nothing, because they have not stepped out of the realm of thinking and how they interpret things. The scriptures gives you an insight. Psalms 82:6, Matter of fact, you should read Psalms 82:6, 1 through, I think 7. Get the Bible. Get it. I'm going to read the scripture for you. Hold on. I got the New World Translations. You can get your King James, whatever you want. Like that. If you understand the Bible even just a little bit. Let's go to Psalms 82:6, right? 82:6. I want to read it in front of you and turn the pages so you won't think this is make-believe. Psalms 82:6. See that? You see where it's been underlined? Well, that's because I read that scripture several times. Okay, hold on. Bear with me. Now, I'm going to read from 82, from chapter 82, then I'm going to go from 1 all the way down to 7. Are you ready? Here we go. 1. God is stationing himself in assembly of the divine one. In the middle of the gods, G-O-D-S, he judges. How long will you keep on judging with injustice? With injustice. And showing particularity to the wicked themselves. Salah. S-E-L-A-H. 3. Be judges for the lowly ones. Who is the lowly ones? And the fatherless boy. To the affected ones and the ones little means do justice. 4. Provide escape for the lowly one and the poor one out of the hand of the wicked ones. Deliver them. 5. They have not known and they do not understand. In darkness they keep walking about. Understand it, listen. You should be able to sense exactly what's going on right now. Let's read number 5 again. They have not known and they do not understand. In darkness they keep walking about. All the foundations of the earth are made to totter. 6. I myself, here we go. I myself said, you are gods. 6. I myself said, you are gods, and all of you are sons of the Most High. I'll go to 7. Surely you will die just as men do. So, if there ain't no other gods, who is the Most High talking about? Myself said, you are gods. Who's you? Who's he talking to, you? Gods. G-O-D-S. You see, it's not what you think it is. Understand the concept. Why they don't seem to read this scripture a lot in service? Why they don't read the scripture? You don't find that kind of strange? But this is why I stated to you, when you begin to do some research and you be able to find organizations like this, Mentellect, Channel 44, The True Origin and the Purpose of the Sun, why it gives you this power, Why is the surface here? Why our deities, it travels to the sun when we leave this earth. But the sun is a planet. Why? It's set in the solar of the universe. Brothers and sisters, class is over. I am so happy that we get this information out. Until next Sunday, get those pencils and papers, because this is a whole new class. And remember, when you allow people to take your identity and toss it away, and then you begin to act like them, talk like them, worship like them, you have not forget who you are. You forgot who you are. You dropped who you are. You become your lower form. You have not rise up mentally, psychologically. Understand this, my gods and goddesses. Unlock who you are. And when they tell you, think they're going to use all kinds of, this is a mental war going on. It's a mental war. This is why you study. This is why you research. This is why you research things like this. This is why try to not to watch too much TV. That entertain your mind so you will not know who you are. So you won't be able to put compound and understand the compound of who you is. I'm Chocolate Almond Rob. And another thing, it's this thing about you need to change your name. That's exactly what we need to do. We can call each other the names we want, but you know what? We really need to do change our name. Change our names into the spiritual names. Deity. Now I will say this before I get off. Do your research. Remember what I told you. Look around and exert things.